their game before moving into the bowlers area. Spectators, please do not block the entrance to the bowlers area with bags or chairs, as our volunteers and staff need to be able to move freely and quickly to assist the bowlers. Now let's give these athletes a round of applause. They begin round one of the tournament competition.
people. Appreciate you tuning in. This is U17 Boys. It's the 11:30 a.m. Eastern squad is on the lanes here from Astro Lanes in Madison Heights, Michigan, as part of the Junior Gold Championships 2019, brought to you by the Detroit Sports Commission and presented by the brands of Ebonite International, Columbia 300, Track, Hammer, and Ebonite. My name is Emil Williams Jr. We're behind lane 17, 18, 19, and 20. We have 2 channels here. Our next set is at 29 through 32. Many of you have had some questions in the chat, so hopefully I've been able to answer a few of those. We are also live streaming at Century Lanes. We have U17 girls going on currently at Century, as well as Thunder Bowl, U17 girls at Thunder Bowl. U17 boys are on the lanes, Astro and Score lanes, for those who are wondering and or curious. Thank everyone for your patience and understanding. This is our first opportunity from a qualifying perspective. First time we've streamed qualifying at Junior Gold. We generally begin the week with the advancers round, which takes place, of course, on Friday and a little bit on Thursday. So the schedule's changed just a little bit, obviously, with a new division, which is the U17 division, both boys and girls. So some history going on as well.
170. 170 to 180.
Welcome back, good people of Earth. I shouldn't say welcome back. Most of you are welcoming me back because you've been watching throughout. I cannot say the same. I have been doing a ton of stuff, and I'll be doing a ton of stuff throughout the week as we get through qualifying here at the Junior Gold Championships. First time that, again, we've streamed Junior Gold on any Bowl TV platform in the past. So this is new territory for us. It's always a live and learn situation in whatever you do in life. But first and foremost, just to be able to bring this new element of live streaming from the qualifying perspective to those who may or may not be able to watch and certainly haven't been able to see anyone, for that matter, during qualifying. We appreciate it. Again, 4 channels, Century. Century, Score, Thunderbolt, and Astro, which is where we are here. This is U17 Boys, the first time that U17 is a division in the Junior Gold Championships. U17 Boys are here right now. We also, of course, have U17 Girls, specifically streaming right now at Thunderbolt Lanes. You can join Jason Thomas and Daniel Farish over at Thunderbolt. Aaron Smith, A.A. Ron is at score lanes, and Matt Cannizzaro back from the Open Championships, USBC Open Championships. After crowning champions and making champions calls, he is here at Junior Gold and is at Century Lanes. High lane 17, 18, 19, and 20. Our second channel here at Astro is 29 through 32. Good shot there by Austin Triba. This pattern has presented some issues. We saw U15 boys this morning. U17, we've seen a few more strikes, but not too many overall. We'll see what the high scores will bring. Someone did have the front seven earlier in game one. That was Paul McCray. I'm not sure what he finished with. I know he did not shoot 300, but we'll keep an eye on Paul for potential opportunities in the media. Good shot there from Kenneth Ely. The don't know what the lane condition is, but it seems to be a more of a straighter is greater situation. Playing in and trying to kind of create some bump, that there is not much bump right. That's a good break right there. Or Shane Harris. Shane came back shaking his head, said, hey, that one got a little bit right. It's kind of like it's pretty flat in the middle of the lane. So it's tough to kind of play in. You have to have your angles 100% straight, in my opinion. If you miss left a little bit, it's going left. Same situation, if you miss right early, you may throw it in the channel, you may get three off the right, you may wash out. But Brandon Robinson, I think he's got the right idea. But ball speed, of course, will play an important role. All of the things that you would expect a tough lane condition to present certainly have presented itself here. You can check the lane assignments. I've basically chopped up the deuces on the side panel. That's where you can find the lane assignments, at least on this channel, on Astro 1. Be updating those per game. You see Peyton Montgomery, part of the Dexter All-American team. He is just to our right on 21 and 22 with some strikes. Some Junior Gold news to report. Big news, in fact. If you follow the PWBA Tour, last night on Instagram, the Director of Operations for the Tour, Neil Milligan, USBC Hall of Famer as well, announced live on stage during the Junior Gold opening ceremony that at the 2020 Junior Gold opening ceremony, the PWBA Las Vegas Open, the two things with that. There would be a stop, of course, because the schedule wasn't out yet. So we gave some news early to over 7,000 or more than 7,000 players, coaches, parents in attendance last night at the Eastern Michigan Convocation Center, that the TV finals of the 2020 Las Vegas Open would be in arena finals, and they would be live at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas as part of the 2020 Junior Gold Championship. So some of you may be saying, whoa, that would mean that that Junior Gold is in Las Vegas. That is indeed true. The news is still new about that. I believe it went out, what's today, Monday? I believe that news hit on Friday evening or Saturday morning. I think it was Friday evening, one or the other. But Junior Gold will be in Las Vegas next year. And the PWBA will play a part in that as well. The event will run from July 8th through the 12th. This is speaking of the Las Vegas Open, just PWBA. Las Vegas Open. The qualifying and all rounds leading up to the TV finals will be held at Sam's Town Hotel and Casino. And the TV finals will move on over to the Orleans Arena. So an arena finals on the PWBA Tour. That's exciting. And it's exciting for the Junior Gold athletes, because they were pretty pumped up. And as you would guess, especially the Nevada contingent, because A, they get to stay at home, most of them, of course, or be within a respectable driving distance. And B, they get a chance to watch some live TV and the best women in the world do it in their backyard. So some really good news on both ends. And if you want to see the full schedule, PWBA Tour, again, that release just posted, not too, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, 30 at this point. You can check the full schedule at pwba.com. Full release is available on all PWBA social channels. This is game 2 of 4. 4-game blocks of Junior Gold. Back in my day, it was 6-game blocks. Of course, there weren't as many athletes as well. I'd be interested to see how I would fare in this environment had it been around in the format that it is currently, with the many divisions, kind of making the step ladder, if you will, of divisions. As you gain more experience, you move into various divisions. Again, this year U17 is new. And that's Shane Harris. After a miscue in the 6th frame, one more here in the 10th, and he'll be in the 2-0s. Silas Lira, 2018 Junior Gold champion in the U15 division, is currently bowling. His first time again in everyone's, obviously, U17, but for all intents and purposes, his first opportunity. Harris. That looked pretty good, but maybe just a touch left. I am unsure of what Shane bowled in his first game. Marsh, I don't have, not privy to that knowledge. Do not have live scoring. So I hope all of you are going or are doing well. I am
Got a board down there with front 9 on 5 and 6.
Astro Lanes in Detroit, greater Detroit area, Madison Heights specifically here at Astro Lanes. Appreciate everyone tuning in, and if you do have some questions or seem to be stuck on something, I will do my best to help you out via the chat. Some things I can't help with, unfortunately. I know many of you have asked about scores, and I can promise you they will be updated. I can't promise you when or a time. Seven pin for Jalen Pass. Looking two-handed righty. With Andrew Gauntz on this pair, Ashton Wardrop, Brandon Collins, Paul McCray, and Colin Beddingfont. On 17 and 18, Gregory Oswald, Robert Wilson, Michael Jamail, Tyler Miller, Alex Lindenbrink. Well, we've seen a couple of ones in the channel. Boy, squad's coming to an end pretty quickly. I sense that the case of the Mondays may be happening to everyone. And I know there's some things that you'd like to see that you just haven't seen yet. And we'll get there. My goal today is to help you as best as I can get through your day, hopefully with a smile, maybe a few strikes, maybe some good customer service. Hopefully you're having a good lunch or had one at this point, because wow, it is it's 1:15 already on the Eastern time zone, excuse me. I'm very much looking forward to seeing the pattern at the end of the week. Because, man, this one's pretty tough. Also interested to see how the players either elect to make changes, if any, as the new players that come through, based on what they learn or hear from their friends and peers. Because that could happen as well. Say, how'd it go today? Well, you know, I was trying to play here, but I noticed this was happening. Sometimes it's good information, sometimes it's not. Chris, it's Junior Gold Week. Well, to be honest, this is what we do normally. We try to help everyone when we can. We don't have the luxury of Mr. Brandhausen this week, although we did have him on the weekend. And we may have him later in the week. I shouldn't say that. He may be able to help us from HQ. But he was part of our setup team and doing some great work at the trade show and get set up with opening ceremony, so we appreciate him. He did help us get situated, certainly, and help us prepare for everything we needed for the week, including USA Bowling. But hey, it's Monday. Got a long week. But, you know, Junior Gold, you know, you amplify everything in this Junior Gold League. The amount of people that we may normally see or talk with, certainly doubles, sometimes triples. We're also getting a lot of new viewers, which is fantastic, of course, to Bowl TV. So this week we'll probably have many rookies to Bowl TV as opposed to the cagey veterans like Brandon and Chris in the chat. Excuse me. Folks, I'll tell you, although he opened in the ninth, Tyler Coates in the U17 division looks like he's got what it takes to make a potential run this week. He had the front nine in game 2. Only can max at 188 this game, but you can tell the proof is there. Brandon, you found it, my man. Thanks for watching. We got there. It was tough, but we got to our highest series of the season so far. But, man, it's been a struggle. Not going to lie to you. We've learned, well, we knew that last year when Wes came in. But when you try to replicate it, you can't replicate the vision that professionals have, and at least someone like a Wes Malak. We just don't have that eye, so we're learning to think more like professionals. It's interesting. Even me, when I watch professionals through and through, it's a lot different still than watching and, you know, knowing some moves, some things you might do. But basically, you know, when it's time to make the move, it's interesting. Really, really is. it's a really good show just because of that. It's like really tells you, and that was part of the goal is, you know, tells you how good professionals really are. Chris, there were several, obviously, especially from the EBI contingent, they're sponsoring the event, but each brand, ball brand and respective apparel company, etc., even down to, even professionals who represent the collegiate aspect, they were around for trade show, somewhere opening ceremony. The coaches who are certainly professionals will be here throughout the week. Generally speaking, if not throughout the week, at least maybe the first few days of competition. Many of the PBA professionals had to make the trip out yesterday because they were bowling are bowling the PBA League competition this week at Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine. So many of those individuals, like Kyle Sherman, for example, Andrew Anderson, and several others, all made the trip out, and I believe they left yesterday. There were some players who were bowling an international event. Nice spare pickup by Andrew Goss. Brandon Collins, very nice 238. That's one of the higher scores we've seen today. That's a name I'll write down. Yes, that was Andrew himself. And not gonna lie, it caught me off guard. I just wasn't expecting that. It's kind of one of those things where you notice someone may be looking at you, but I think Andrew was looking at me. He might have said, "Hey, this is my opportunity to be on Bowl TV." And I'm going to take full advantage of it if I can. So on his way out, I just gave him some dap, gave him a fist pump. Let him know, hey, man, I acknowledged your split conversion. And I see you. Bowl well. Robert, yes, it will. It will be up, Robert. It's actually up now, but we noticed that it was severely incomplete. And so somewhere very early in the broadcast, because it actually ended up being about probably a 5 to 6 hour total broadcast. We had the Out of Range crew actually kind of as they pregame. And so they had a podcast from 5:30 to 6:30, and then the countdown began. But so yes, out of range was at 5:30 to 6:30, and then we started the countdown, and then of course the actual event began at 7, and it ran until a little past 9:30. And so we noticed it was incomplete, so we've got a job to do and make sure we get that all posted in its full capacity. And we'll try to do that as quickly as possible. All right, that'll do it for Game 3 officially. All right, let's go make a few changes. Robert, if it's down, that would simply because it's not in its complete form. If it is down, and yeah, we got a little piecing together to do, and some files to pull. But we'll try to get that all updated for you as soon as possible. Thanks for your question. Appreciate you tuning in, by the way, too, Robert, as well as Jennifer. Good to see y'all out and enjoying some bowling that's, you know, not PWBA related. So we appreciate that. All right, Game 4. Is now underway. right, game number 4. And come back in time here to 17 and 18. James Stewart here with the front 4. Decent shot there, left a 9-pin. We've got Caleb Pius, William Day, Andrew Massey, Jaden Martinez, James Stewart, and Jay Scodell. Godel, and I apologize if there are any parents, friends, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, step-cousins, step-brothers, step-daughters, step-parents, guardians, godparents. If I happen to mispronounce your young athlete's name, I apologize. Those who know me know that I really do like to get names right. It actually pains me when I do it wrong. But in some situations like this week, when you don't have time to chat, so to speak, with an athlete, I may get one wrong every now and then. So I apologize ahead of time. Chris, thanks for dropping that information. Stark and Czar, yes it is. It's right underneath your video player, underneath that lower third. Q1 as in qualifying one, or round one, day one. Division U17 boys. And we are at Astro. Astro 1 is essentially just the Astro 1, or the first of our 2 streams here at Astro. 17 through 20. Astro 2 is 29 through 32. Same thing again with Century, as well as Score Lanes and Thunderbolt. Those are the 4 bowling centers hosting Junior Gold competition. Oh my goodness. Nice shot there, young James. Just got to make it though. Hashtag Team No A Pin. I hadn't seen the first couple of shots. I saw his 9 pin. And so for me, that's the best shot of what I've seen so far, without a doubt. And he started with the front 4. That's a quality frame right there. Quality frame. The end result, obviously, or I should say the first result, is not what you want. Certainly what James did not want. When you throw it that good and you leave an 8 pin. But he made the spare. It was a single pin. And those are the type of spares, and those are the things that, for the young athletes, ultimately we hope to become rudimentary. Hey, I left a single pin. I know I'm going to make it. Doesn't mean you lose focus. It just means you're confident. Still got to put the same amount of time in, the same amount of focus that you would on that first shot. Nearing the end of the 11:30 a.m. squad. This was a popular question earlier, so I'll go ahead and talk about it just a little bit in regards to schedules. So, official competition of Junior Gold begins today. Today it kicked off officially. We had USA Bowling last week. We had EBI, Ebonite International, had a lot of cool stuff going on for the athletes as the presenting sponsors here at the Junior Gold Championships with EBI Demo Day. They had EBI Game Day preceding the opening ceremony yesterday at Eastern Michigan. And, of course, the trade show, etc. So competition, though, for Junior Gold really began today. And earlier today in 7 a.m. squad, we had one U12 boys squad this morning. We had 3 U20 boys, and then we also had 4 U15 boys. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Yep, so actually the girls got a chance to sleep in according to the schedule. So we had all boys across the 7 a.m. squads, and that's at every center. Thunder Bowl, Super Bowl, Century Bowl, Sterling, Astro, Bowl 1 lanes, AMF Rose Bowl lanes, and Score lanes. Those are the 8 centers being used here this week. At 11:30, we went to U17 girls at Thunder Bowl, Super Bowl, and Century. U15 girls at Sterling lanes. Then U17 boys here at Astro, also at Bowl 1 lanes, AMF Rose Bowl, and Score. At 4 p.m., next scheduled squad. And for many of our staff members, many will get a chance to go ahead and go home, as the PM crew will come in and handle 4 p.m. and 8:30 But at 4 o'clock, we'll have 3 U20 boys and 4 U20 girls squads. The U20 boys will be at Thunderbolt Lanes, Super Bowl Lanes, and Sterling Lanes. At U20, we'll have, U20 girls will have a squad right here at Astro Lanes. Also at Bowl 1 Lanes, AMF Rose Bowl Lanes, and Score Lanes. So my man Matt Cannizzaro, who's over at Century Lanes, gets a squad off. No competition going on at Century unless that's a typo at 4 p.m. Then tonight at 8:30, we'll have some youth out and about. U12 boys, U12 girls, U15 girls, U15 boys, and U17 boys. We'll have another U15 boys squad here tonight at 8:30. If anyone has any questions about which bowling center may be having what division and age group, maybe you're looking for a particular player. If you know the age group and division, will be able to tell you what and when they're bowling. Tomorrow here at Astro, we'll have U17 boys to kick off the morning. And then at 11:30, we will have U20 girls tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, or I should say tomorrow afternoon into the evening, we'll have U17 boys. And then we'll end the night with U15 boys. Again, this is tomorrow. On Wednesday morning, we kick off the day with U20 girls. Then midday, we'll have the U17 boys. The evening, U15 boys. And Wednesday night, U17 boys. And then on Thursday, U15 boys in the morning, U15 boys in the afternoon, U17 boys in the afternoon to evening, and the U20 girls. So it looks like we won't see U20 boys here at Astro Lanes throughout the day or this week. We will have a few U20 girl squads, several U17 boys, U15 boys. And then we'll be moving on out. Final advancers rounds will take place for some, specifically U12. Those will be on Thursday evening as well. Then on Friday, the advancers rounds begin at Century, Score, and Thunderbolt Lanes. I'll be moving on over to Thunderbolt on Friday. And then match play will begin on in some places at Thunderbolt specifically Friday morning for U12 and the final advances rounds. Then match play at Thunderbolt and Score. Lots going on here at Junior Gold. Well, we'll see. Each participant, I believe, hits a select group of centers. And I believe it's a minimum of, or a max of 4 centers. So they don't go through all, but they do go through at least half. Couple of finals, James Stewart did finish with 221. Caleb will finish it out, as will Nicholas right here. All right, that'll do it on 17 and 18. Well, and having said that, since 17 and 18 is complete, that'll be the end of Channel 1 for our 11:30 a.m. squad. We'll be back with you at 4. Let's check on Channel 2 before I go ahead and sign it off here. Looks like Channel 2 with a few shots left. Let's check on Century. Century still with a few frames left to go. That is U17 girls. Same thing with Channel 2. Both channels of Century still ongoing. Over at Score Lanes, they are in Game 4. They are early in Game 4, so you want to check out some more U17 Boys competition, you can check them out again over at Score. Aaron Smith has got you covered. And at Thunder Bowl, where U17 girls are currently on the lanes. Let's see, we got 10th frame over on Channel 1. And 10th frame over on Channel 2 as well. One question before we go. At least I thought we saw, or maybe not. Looks like I was probably looking at the wrong chat. That doesn't happen very often. All right, folks, I appreciate you tuning in. I'll be back with you at, what time did I say? 4 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Eastern. So if you're on that time zone and still want to hang out for a little bit, I'm literally here with you all day for, at least here at Astro, 4 consecutive days. I'll be here every single day, every hour of the day. That Bowl TV will be going as long as there's competition. Before moving on to Thunder Bowl, where we will rinse and repeat the process on Friday and Saturday. All right, so our coverage here. Appreciate you tuning in. Brandon, I appreciate it. I'm not sure I did that much today, or at least for this particular broadcast. I just do what I do, you know. It's you adjust as you go. We've got a very long week. This one is definitely a marathon type, although the squads are only 4 games, so there is some level of sprint at the same time. But for us, it's a marathon, and you got to pace yourselves until you hit that stride. And and do what you do. So until that point, I'll be with you throughout. So for everyone here, I want to thank the staff here at Astro Lanes, and certainly our USBC IBC youth staff who are working here at this center. Mike Larson is the center lead. Greg Tack handles scoring. Donald, Andrew, big thanks to Doug Dukes and Kegel for all they do for youth bowling and junior gold, and everyone else here, and my compadres out and about. Aaron Smith at Score Lanes, Jason Thomas at Thunderbowl, my man Daniel Ferris, fresh off his first chance at the Open Championships working with Matt Canizaro. He has joined us for Junior Gold this week and getting his first taste of what life is like at Junior Gold when he is not bowling. Daniel, of course, a former Junior Team USA member. And my man Matt Canizaro, speaking of him, at Century. We'll see you at 4 p.m. Eastern right here on Bowl TV. This has been a presentation of the Junior Gold Championships. You watched it live and only on Bowl TV.